What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Mr. Fragrance. I'm back with another fragrance review. If you're new to this channel for the first time, thanks for clicking on my video. It means a lot to me. I put your prize first as a subscriber once you click that subscribe button. So click that subscribe button and we can get this video started. And if you want to go a step further, click that red bell icon so you get notified when new fragrance reviews come out, updates, and when I do free fragrance giveaways so you can put your name in a chance to win a fragrance decan. So today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 9 fragrances that I have that seem to got overhyped in the fragrance community and on YouTube. So if you want to hear more about this video, please stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So before we start this video, these are my top 9 overhyped fragrances that I bought when they first came out. I was overhyped. I was happy about them. And some worked pretty good, some were okay, and some just sucked. So as a full disclaimer, these are fragrances that I bought. Nobody gave them to me. And I watched reviews on them, and that's why I bought them, and I did reviews myself on them. So I just want to let you guys know that if you don't like these fragrances, or you think they're great and I'm wrong, I apologize. You might feel some type of way. You might love that fragrance a lot, and I hope you enjoy it. This is just fragrances that got overhyped in the community, and people bought them, and some people were upset, some people loved them. So I have one honorable mention, and this fragrance was a lot of money when it came out. I was really gonna pull the trigger and buy it, but I said, let me go get a decan of it, and I bought it. You guys should know the name, ladies and gentlemen, is Pacific Rock Moss. And I got a little decan of it. And initial spray, I enjoyed the fragrance. I liked it. It was very pleasing. But once I applied it from taking a hot shower and went out with my friends to the bar, by the time I got to the bar, I could really smell it anymore. I might have got an hour maybe, if that, but it felt like it was just gone. Like it vaporizes so fast off my skin. I really couldn't enjoy it. Initial spray, I enjoyed it, like right in your face. It smelled amazing, but it didn't last on my skin. And I'm like, for $185, I can't force myself to buy that fragrance. Now, it might work great on your skin, whether you're a guy or a lady, and that's awesome. I appreciate it. But for my instincts, for me buying this fragrance, it did not work for me. I would have been really upset if I spent $185 on this fragrance and it did not work for me. And I'm not going to take a decan and reapply this 20-something times for spending $185 on a fragrance. I'm not doing it. Somebody else can do that. Go ahead. I'm not doing it. But this is just one of the fragrances that I bought as a decan. It just didn't work for me. And this is just one of my honorable mentions. This isn't the number 9. It's just honorable mention, Pacific Rock Moss. If you got great performance and great longevity, that's amazing. I didn't get it, and I'm happy I didn't spend $185 when it first came out. I was about to get into the hype and just buy it because it was so popular. The bottle looks amazing. The cool colored juice looks cool, but I'm happy I bought a decan for like about 20-something bucks on eBay, and it's okay. I use it still because I do have a little bit of juice left, but I can't recommend to buy this for anybody. So that's my number 10 as honorable mention. Now I'm going to jump into my number 9 overhyped fragrance. So please stay tuned. Number 9 overhyped fragrance. I got this fragrance. Well, my girlfriend won this fragrance. We went to a Max Aroma event, and I had a choice to pick. Well, she had a choice to pick a fragrance for free, and she didn't want any fragrances on there at the time. So she said, "Do you want a free one?" I said, "Yeah." So I picked up this fragrance here. I like the fragrance a lot, but it's been reformulated several times. That projection wise, I get about 2 hours. That's it. Longevity, I get about 4 to 5 hours. And there's no other than Lanvin de L'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. It is what it is. I know it's one of the amazing, great fragrances. Back in the day when it first came out, everybody and their mom had the fragrance. They loved it. Projection wise was great. Longevity was great. You can wear it whenever you want. It's great. It was everything you wanted. It was like the king of fragrances. But now it's been reformulated so many times, watered down, whatever you people want to call it nowadays. It just doesn't really perform as great as it used to be. Is it still a great fragrance? Yes. Has it been overhyped and overhyped and overhyped? Yes, it has been. When it first came out, yes, it was really great. Then Derby Fragrance reviewed it, and it went to the roof. It was amazing fragrance. To this day, it's one of the best fragrances, one of the top fragrances out there. It just doesn't last that long on my skin. That's all it is. But it was overhyped for many years. So this is my number 9, Yves Saint Laurent, Languid de l'Homme. So my number 8 overhyped fragrance. This fragrance is, I wear it a lot, but projection wise for me, I get about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It's not beast mode projection. It's been around for a while. I tend to wear this in the fall and winter. It has tobacco in it. It's a fragrance that people have talked about in the community. They have a EDT and they have an EDP version of it, and it is Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDP. This fragrance, I bought it when it first came out into the hype. I enjoyed it, but projection wise on me wasn't the best. Some people get better performance, some people get worse. It all depends, but this was overhyped in the community too for a while, where people went out and bought this fragrance. So this is just another overhyped fragrance that came out. Not saying it's the best, not saying it's okay, I'm saying it sucks. It was an overhyped fragrance. People did go out and buy it. So you can take that for what it is. I bought it myself. But for me, I wish projection was a lot better, like maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, but there's nothing I can do. I've used a lot of juice in this fragrance, so obviously I must like it somewhat. So now I'm going to jump into my number 7 overhyped fragrance, so stay tuned. My number 7 overhyped fragrance, it came out this year. It's a 2018 release. I never bought the original 2016 of the fragrance. At the time, I didn't have the money. There was a lot of other fragrances out there then. I didn't jump into the hype back then. Well, I didn't have a lot of money neither back then. But anyway, this is Invictus Aqua 2018. They have the 2016 when everybody wanted it. Now people are trying to buy it online. I'm trying to buy it. It's like 150 bucks, and it's a lot of money for a fragrance. So I bought this one instead. I enjoy it. It's not the best projection-wise and longevity, but it works. It's okay. It did get a lot of hype in the community when this came out, because people were going to buy this since it was like the newest thing out for Invictus Aqua, because they were upset that 2016 when it went downhill and they stopped selling it, or they discontinued it, whatever you want to call it. They don't sell it no more unless you go online and pay a ridiculous amount of money to get it. But this is the 2018 version. I like it. I enjoy it. I have a review about it if you want to check it down below. Most of these fragrances I have reviews on, so I don't want to jump too much into it. I'm just showing these fragrances that got overhyped in the community, whether it be from Facebook, fragrance community, or from YouTube, or just showing commercials over and over again on TV. So these fragrances got overhyped. People bought them. Some people like them. Some people hate them. Some people wish they never were born, these fragrances, or never made them. So this is my number 7, Invictus Aqua 2018 by Paco Rabanne. I enjoy it. Smells good. At the time, if I would have had the money to buy it in 2016, it would have been awesome to try it out. But I'm hearing people have it and they enjoy it. Maybe one day I'll get my hands on it if I can afford it. But right now, I'm not trying to spend $150 for Invictus Aqua 2016. It's a lot of money, and I could buy a lot of other fragrances with $150. So my number 7 is Invictus Aqua 2018. When this came out, people wanted to buy it, so they jumped on it. Some people like it, some people hate it. So the list goes on and on. So now I'm going to jump into my number 6 most hyped fragrance, so stay tuned. My number 6 most hyped fragrance. This fragrance been hyped in the community for a while. The original came out years ago. I love the original when I first got into fragrances. This one here that I have here is a great fragrance too, but it got overhyped where everybody has this fragrance. Even my doctor has it. And this fragrance is no other than my number 6 most hyped fragrance, Acqua di Gio Profumo. We all know about this fragrance, the best fragrance in the world. A lot of reviewers talk about it. People love it. You can't go wrong with it. Comment getter. Yes, but every time you go out to the store, if you live in a major city area, and you go to your local mall, or you go to a sporting event, or you go most places like a restaurant, you will smell this on people. Majority of guys will have Acqua di Gio Profumo on. It's just a known DNA that there's nothing wrong with it. The brand makes great fragrances. It's been overhyped that everybody buys it. It's a safe signature scent, and it's a great fragrance, but everybody has it. And you're like, dang, I just want a fragrance that maybe not everybody has. But sometimes that's hard to find. But my number 6 is Acqua di Gio Profumo. It's been overhyped and overhyped and overhyped. It is what it is. I have a bottle myself, so obviously I jumped on the hype too. It's kind of sad when you see a commercial for a fragrance, like, oh, that's awesome, I got to get that. And then once you get it and you get compliments, and maybe if you're a fragrance reviewer, you review it and say, hey man, this fragrance is great, you get compliments, then everybody and your mom wants to buy the fragrance, try to get compliments, or if it smells good. It's just how the game works. So my number 6 is Acqua di Gio Profumo. Now I'm going to jump into my number 5, most hyped fragrance, so stay tuned. So my number 5 overhyped fragrance, when this first came out, I smelled the original and it was okay. Then they came out the old extreme one and it was good. I liked the smell of it and I said, I don't think I want to buy a bottle. So anyway, I pulled the trigger. I spent the $90-something and got this fragrance, and I got 2 compliments with less than 5 minutes at Best Buy. And I'm like, wow, like this really does wonders. Like, I've heard about the hype. People say, yeah, you wear this fragrance, you get compliments galore. It leaves a nice scent trail. It's great. So I was like, maybe I should get this. And then when I did buy it and I got the 2 compliments within 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, this is really, really good. And I really have to jump on the bandwagon or the hype train. And this is no other than Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. I didn't think it was even that good at first. My apologies to Chanel. I'm sorry. But man, this Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is amazing. I got compliments and they keep on coming and I enjoy it. I jumped into the hype and the hype was real. It opened up my eyes and I realized that, hey, I need to have this in my collection. And it's nice to get a fragrance that people do hype up. And then once you get the fragrance and it performs and it does well on your skin, it's amazing. And to get compliments, to get 2 compliments in one day is amazing. But just get 1 compliment is nice. But you get 2 compliments with 1 fragrance. The fragrance is doing its job. It's amazing. Chanel makes great fragrances in general. But I didn't think this was even going to be a knock out the park, but it is. So my number 5 is Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. It got overhyped in the community. Jeremy Fragrance hyped this up. And man, people have it. Most people have this in their fragrance collection, whether they have this one or they have the EDT. Whatever one you have, you have. I just enjoy this one a little bit better. But my number 5 is Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Now I'm going to jump into my number 4 overhyped fragrance, so stay tuned. Number 4 overhyped fragrance. When I saw the bottle of this fragrance, I was like, wow, I gotta have this in my collection. I don't care if it sucks or whatever. So the original one I've had when I was growing up, and now I have this newer version of it. It's a 2018 release, and it's Paco Rabanne 1 Million Lucky. I just have to say, the commercials were just cool when they made the commercials for this. People hyped this up in the community, said you gotta get this. So I went out and spent the money and bought it. I was just amazed by the compliment factor, just the smell itself. It's just so different than the rest of the other Paco Rabanne 1 Million fragrances. It's just amazing. I enjoy it. The bottle presentation is amazing. I jumped on the hype right away. I've hyped this fragrance up on my channel. I have a video below if you want to click on. I have a video about Paco Rabanne 1 Million Lucky. But it was hyped before I even started watching videos on YouTube. I saw commercials for it, then I watched YouTube videos for it. Then I bought it myself as a fragrance reviewer, and man, I jumped on the hype, and the hype was real. I mean, some people may say it's one of the best they made so far. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to get into too much detail, but so far it's a great 2018 release between this and Invictus Aqua 2018. But man, this is just, it's been overhyped in the community. A lot of people are buying this fragrance. Price point ain't that bad. Distribution's good. Just, it was overhyped and people are still buying this fragrance. And you can only buy it 2 places right now. You can pick it up at Sephora and Macy's. They don't have it at Nordstrom yet, which is kind of weird because they have all the other Paco Rabanne 1 Million fragrances. But it's a great fragrance. I enjoy it. A crowd pleaser, compliment getter. It is what it is. I didn't think it was even going to be that good at first. Because the other Paco Rabanne 1 Million, you know how they smell and everything. But this is great. You can wear this wherever you want. During the day, night, to a club. It's whatever. It's a great fragrance. So, another overhyped fragrance that I jumped on the bandwagon. Now I'm going to jump into my number 3 overhyped fragrance, so stay tuned. My number 3 overhyped fragrance, you can hear the clicking noise. So I have all 3 versions of it. I have a review below if you want to check that video out. This fragrance, out of the 3, I like this one the most. All the Chanel fragrances got hyped up in the community by now. So either like the Chanel fragrances, they're okay, or you just hate them. Everybody's different. Anyway, I put a trigger and bought this year, 2018 release, and this is no other than Bleu de Chanel Parfum version. Bleu de Chanel Parfum, this is more of a darker, intense, richer version of it. I enjoyed it a lot. I jumped on a hype train when I first heard about it. I just pulled the trigger. I didn't even get a chance to smell it first. I just went online today. I got an email when it came out because I'm on their email listing, mailing list. Sent me an email saying it's coming out. I picked it up, purchased it, ordered it over the mail. I was the first one to review it, and it's just, well, first one to unbox it on my channel. And I bought into the hype. Do I enjoy it? Yes, I enjoy it. Smell great? Yes. The only downside I don't like of it is projection wise. Projection wise, it's very, very close to the skin. It's more like a date fragrance. I wish it project very well. If this projected very well, this would probably be my best fragrance of 2018, but it's not. Do I enjoy wearing it? Yes. You know, I've used a lot of juice of it, and it's a 3.4 ounce bottle. I got it for about 150 bucks. The price tag is a lot. Yes, that's what I've been hearing in the community saying, well, the fragrance community says that's too much money. Yeah, 150 bucks is a lot of money for a fragrance, yes. Chanel, we all know they don't have much discount on their fragrances. I bought into the hype right away. I bought it. There's a lot of viewers that review it said they don't really like it, or they're saying that the projection is weak. I get it. This is what this fragrance was when it came out. And a lot of people are disappointed with the price tag. This is 150 bucks. You can get a 1.7 ounce bottle, smaller one, for about 120 bucks. So if you haven't tried on the Chanel brand, you should try this one or the other 2 out. But if you want one that performs a lot better, I would go with either the EDT or the EDP. But I bought this one. I jumped on a hype train. I saw the commercial. I jumped on a hype train, and that's it. I got hooked on it, and I bought it. Is it the best buy I ever bought for my money? No. Do I enjoy it? Yes. I jumped on a hype wagon, and that's what I get for spending $150 without testing the fragrance out. So now I'm going to jump into my number 2 most hype fragrance, so stay tuned. My number 2 most hype fragrance. I got this fragrance when it came out. I enjoy it. And when it got overhyped in the community, everybody has this fragrance. It's a crowd pleaser, lady killer, comments galore. It's up there with all the most commented fragrances list on people's list on YouTube. And this is no other than Dior Sauvage EDT. EDT, EDP, it doesn't even matter which one you get. Or they have a Dior Sauvage Cool Spray. They're all Dior Sauvage fragrances. They're going to get comments. They're great. I got this when it first came out, and it was an amazing smell. I still do wear it, but it's like everybody does have this fragrance. A guy at my job has this fragrance. I'm like I can't even wear it at work because he has it. But it's okay. It's cool. I wear the EDP, and he likes that one more than he likes this one. But whatever. This fragrance was overhyped in the community. It's one of the best-selling fragrances from Dior line. And yes, it's been smelled and smelled by so many women all over the world that smelled this fragrance. They enjoy it. They like the scent of it. And guys buy it. I bought it when it first came out before it even jumped on the hype train. I saw ads for it, but it wasn't like crazy on YouTube yet. But then after I bought a bottle, it started being everywhere and everybody bought the fragrance. So my number 2 is Dior Sauvage EDT. It's the best compliment getter. It's one of the best in the league right now. You get it for under about 70 bucks now. So we're going to try the EDP version. That one's good. A little bit more higher in price. But this has been overhyped for almost 3 years now. And people are getting tired of hearing about it. Or they don't want to talk about it anymore. Or they're waiting for something new. So this is my number 2, Dior Sauvage EDT. It smells so good. Now we're going to jump into my number 1 most hype fragrance. So stay tuned. My number 1 most overhyped fragrance. I have this as a review on my link below if you want to check this out once I give you the name of it. All these fragrances are good, okay, and suck in some type of fashion or way. I just want to let you guys know that before I get all this hate, comments, and all this other mess. I bought this fragrance with my own money, so I can talk about it however I want. And I'm just letting you know, some of these were overhyped, crazy, and I went out my way and bought them like a sucker. So, my number one fragrance, most hyped in the community, I didn't buy it at first. It was $130. I had to go online, and I found it on sale. Somebody on eBay was selling it, or some guy was selling eBay because he bought it when it first came out, and it didn't perform on his skin. So then I talked to him, and we came out to an agreement where I got it for about $80-something. It's no other than Dunhill Icon Racing. Yes, the green bottle that smells like Invictus. Zara wanted this, everything in a bottle here. Before I heard anybody's feelings about Dunhill Icon Racing, this fragrance here, it's not a bad fragrance. I hate the fact that it costs $130 and only get about a 45 minutes, maybe to an hour on my skin, and it's done. And I get maybe about 5 to 6 hours. I can kind of smell it on my skin for longevity. I got this for about 80 bucks, so I can't really be that mad about it. But if I paid $130 for this fragrance retail, I'll be highly upset because they hyped this up so much on YouTube. And everybody just know who, because there's two YouTubers in general. There's a female and there's a male that hyped this fragrance up so much. And I went on my way and bought it. And it's just, I haven't used that much use of it. I was just so outraged because I was so hyped. I heard so much about it, heard great stuff about it. I heard stuff online about it. So I just pulled the trigger and I got it for 80-something bucks on eBay. And I'm like, that's all it is? Really? And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And looking back at it now, I should have waited longer. But when it comes to something you want to buy in life, you want to just get it as soon as you get it so you're happy. But it didn't work for me. And then my number one is Dunhill Icon Racing. I have a review for this on my channel if you want to check it out. And yeah, they overhyped it and people bought it. And then people went online later and said it sucked. They didn't like it. Wasn't worth it. So it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching my video, my top 9 overhyped fragrances that I purchased. If you like these type of videos and you want more top videos of different type of stuff, hit the like button. Please leave a comment below. Please subscribe to the channel if you like men's fragrance reviews, unboxing, giveaways. Please don't take this video crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's just my overhyped fragrances that I purchased in my journey of fragrances. That's it. I'm not trying to say don't buy these fragrances or they don't work on your skin. If they work on your skin, great. I enjoy it 100%. It works for you. Be happy with it. That's it. So until my next video, peace.